In Antarctica, huge lakes with water temperatures of 18 degrees Celsius have been discovered. Above the water's surface, dome-shaped ice caves bulge, filled with warm air. These ice caves might have grown over the centuries to sizes sufficient to serve as secret bases for submarines. From these lakes, which are constantly warmed from below, warm water flows under the ice into the ocean. Could it be possible that a submersible under the ice could reach these secret bases? A base offering every imaginable advantage, safe from storm and ice, invisible and invincible to any opponent.
If the Germans decided...
Did the Germans want to establish secret bases or zones that would have extraterritorial status? So the polar regions, including Antarctica, would constitute a suitable area.
It's just natural.
Documents and statements from those involved confirm that there was indeed such a base of the Nazis in the Arctic. It was called B211. At the beginning of the year 1939, the specially equipped ship Neuschwabenland began its regular trips to Antarctica and Germany. On these trips, it's not just the latest mining technology, tracks and minecarts that make it happen, and gigantic tunneling presses to Antarctica, but also scientists from various disciplines, engineers and highly skilled workers. What could Germany possibly use such a distant base for? There are various speculations about it. While some believe the Germans wanted to control the southern region, others suspect that the natural resources of Antarctica, including uranium needed for building an atomic bomb, attracted the Germans. Yet others claim the base was established to assist the Third Reich's elite in the event of serving as the underdog in a lost war. Implementing this plan would have made the relocation of scientists a priority from 1942. Expert personnel and members of the NSDAP were sent to New Swabia. For this theory, a spoken conversation could be had. After the war, numerous specialists and scientists whom the Americans wanted to recruit for their own military research work made their way over and suddenly vanished without a trace. It would also fit the fact that the fate of numerous German submarines remains unclear to this day.
Or perhaps the American
Worth
intelligence...
is said to have reported in Washington not just about aircraft carriers with unimaginable capabilities. He spoke of an attack on the expedition by flying saucers that emerged from the water at high speed and inflicted significant losses on the fleet.
Experienced military pilot John Silason, a witness and participant of the expedition, he described the dramatic fight from February 26, 1947, with the following words.
Things emerged from the water as if chased by the devil and flew between the masts at such speed that the antennas tore due to the whirlwinds. Some airplanes that had managed to take off from Casablanca were hit a few moments later. Unknown rays emitted from the flying saucers crashed next to the ship. At that time, I was on the deck of the Casablanca and understood nothing at all. These things flew completely silently between our ships and spat deadly fire. Suddenly, the destroyer Madoc, located about 10 miles from us, caught fire and began to sink. Despite the danger, other ships dispatched lifeboats. The nightmare lasted about 20 minutes. When the flying saucers dove back into the water, we began counting our losses. They were terrible.
Assuming John Silason is telling the truth, who owned these saucers? Contrary to what some sources stubbornly claim to this day, it's not related to the Third Reich. Let's assume the American intelligence actually had information that proved bringing important German technical and scientific achievements to the world, who were stuck in the Arctic, then it becomes clear why the polar region captured their attention. Apparently, this information was even so disturbing that the Americans provided comprehensive military resources to the polar explorer Richard Byrd to end the war, to destroy the suspected Nazi base in Antarctica, a plan that did not work out. The panicked flight of the US fleet and Byrd's later omissions about the incident raise many questions that remain unanswered to this day. In the post-war years, unusual photos and drawings from Nazi secret archives emerged time and again, providing evidence. It appears that German scientists in the Third Reich were deeply involved in the development of disc-shaped flying objects. Since nothing comparable existed among other nations, the question arises, how did German scientists and engineers manage to achieve such a significant technological lead? The Ahnenerbe Association, one of the Third Reich's most enigmatic organizations, might provide answers. Historians and intelligence agencies are still investigating its unsolved mysteries to this day. The Ahnenerbe was the only organization of the Third Reich that, with state funding, engaged in the study of magic and could be dedicated to mystic. No other institution had comparable extensive information and had as much influence on the development of magical technologies as the Ahnenerbe.
Among the founders of the Ahnenerbe, which was particularly focused on the study of occult knowledge and the paranormal,
dedicated names included the highest officials of the empire, among them the powerful Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler. The organization was officially founded in the year 1935. Although the stated goal was to explore the roots of the German nation, the mysterious society dedicated itself from the very beginning to a wide range of extraordinary topics.
The empire's leadership knew well that they couldn't win the upcoming war solely based on their military strength. To compensate for the obvious quantitative inferiority, the responsible Nazi strategists developed a concept of the qualitative superiority.
That's a lot of
The
fun.
so-called quality
to
drive.
achieve this qualitative superiority, the Ahnenerbe specialists focused, right from the start, it also focused on occult and paranormal areas.
You can go this way. Good. Okay. Good. 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 All good.